Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining us. The show brings you a matchup of division rivals. It's the Toronto Blue Jays taking on the Baltimore Orioles. Well, Siggy, today we get the pleasure of seeing one of the hottest bats in baseball. His consistency at the plate has been remarkable.
Yeah, Boog, one of the toughest outs in the league right now. Sit back.
First pitch coming your way next. All right, just about set to go. And today's starting pitcher, Zach Eflin. What's the scouting report on him?
Well, he's allowing just over one base runner per inning, which is really good, especially for a starter, because these hitters get to see you 2, 3, maybe even 4 times in a start. So just shows you how deceptive and how effective his stuff is. We'll see if it's that way in this one.
Got him. And one gone. Willie Adames stands in. Here's a 1-1. Whacked out to center field. That's well struck. That's going back. Back some more. Going gone. That one felt good, and that gives him a lead. It's 1-0. Chris, he's homered in back-to-back games now.
Yep, seeing the ball well, and he's got his timing locked in. He's looking pretty dangerous at the dish right now. Just an excellent swing all the way around, and it had that sound coming off the bat that gets everyone's attention. Got a pitch to drive, short to the baseball, squared it up, and the backspin carried it out of here.
Out to short, Henderson. Gets it to first, and Guerrero is set down. Let's take a look at the lineup for the Blue Jays. A guy who's been huge for them over the last month plus, Willie Adames.
He's hit a few home runs against this starter in the past. I mean, 3 career home runs against an opposing guy. You feel pretty good about what you're able to do at the plate, how you're seeing the ball come out of the hand. But you never know how this matchup's going to...
Well, got to pause on that thought, as that'll do it. Back here with my pal Siggy. And today's starter, Trey Savage. Chris, what should we keep an eye on here with him?
Well, that whip is just below the league average, and that's a good thing in this case, not allowing too many base runners. So on most days, he's going to go out there and compete and put his team in a position to win, and I expect to see that from him in this one today. That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Well, kind of a weird pitch and a weird swing on that strikeout. It's just a slider that caught a lot of the plate. I'd say a very hittable location. But in the box, I think he just gave up on it way too early. And by the time he realized it was dropping into the zone, he just fires off a really poor swing.
Fights that one away, still 1-2. 1 out, base is empty. Up the middle. Nice grab. All right, let's take a look at the Orioles lineup now. And one guy who's been great for them, Adley Rutschman.
This guy had an on-base percentage of over 400 last month. That's just telling you he's taking his walks, he's getting his knocks, he's finding some holes. Everything just going really well for him right now. But don't overlook the fact that that happens because he's having consistently good at-bats.
Here's Tyler O'Neill. Here's the pitch. Runner on the go. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. Henderson, the runner at first with 2 gone. Hard hit left side. Fires over to Guerrero. And the inning is over. 1 left for the Orioles. Still behind by a count of 1-0. Top of the second, stepping in the long ball threat, Brent Rooker. Singy, you can't ask for anything more. This guy checks all the boxes offensively.
He's the ultimate professional, and it doesn't just start at game time. It starts in the afternoon, the way he prepares and gets ready for the ball game. I tell you what, his teammates feed off of the leadership that he shows on and off the field.
Oh, that hit him. Gets it there in time, though. He keeps his composure, and they get the out.
He had more time than he thought right there. Probably didn't have to barehand it, but he made it look nice, that's for sure.
Jose Suarez, ready or not, in the game now after the injury.
And they felt it was time to bring on a left-handed reliever from the pen with the lefty hitter coming up. I think it's a good move.
Oh, this one high and deep. Way back there. Pulls it in on the warning track. 2 down, base is empty. And now it's going to be Spencer Steer. Late with the swing there. 2 outs, base is empty. That one 95 to finish him off. Blue Jays go down in order, but they lead it 1-0. Back here in Baltimore, bottom half of inning number 2, and into the box for Baltimore, Jordan Westburg. That misses. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. 1 down.
And he'll be beating himself up on the way back to the dugout. Got a pitch to hit and just couldn't get to it. I think that slider really caught way more of the plate than it was supposed to.
And that's ball 4. Tried another splitter but missed the spot.
Pretty easy walk right there. Last pitch wasn't even much to think about.
Man at first with 1 gone. To Adames, that's 1. Relay to Guerrero in time, inning-ending double play. No runs, no hits, no errors. We head on now to the top of the 3rd. It's the Blue Jays 1 and the Orioles nothing. Welcome back. And coming off a series where the pitching was outstanding, we take a look at those numbers. In the air, left field, down the line, and no one can get there. Around first, heading for 2. Not in time. That's a leadoff double.
Well, I'm not saying that play was easy, but it was harder than it needed to be thanks to the bad jump. Those small moments can be costly.
Now the catcher up to hit. Dalton rushing. Swing and a miss. He was late. Strike 2. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. And it drops in. And they're at the corners with nobody out. Throw is high and over his head. Now 2nd and 3rd and nobody out. So the lineup flips over. Andres Jimenez next up for the Blue Jays. Line drive. And it's caught for the out.
That swing right there tells me he's seeing the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
Swing and a miss, and he got him to chase. Double-barreled action in the bullpen. Danny Coulomb, the left-handed reliever, appears to be getting loose. Contreras getting cranked up as well. Down in the dirt, swing and a miss. And there's 2 gone following the strikeout. And an excellent job keeping it right there.
Well, they get a big strikeout there, and that was a nice job behind the plate to complete the out at first while keeping those runners at 2nd and 3rd. That could have turned out way worse for the defense.
Vladdy Jr. stepping to the dish now. Cowser sizes this one up, and that's the 3rd out. Blue Jays leave a pair, but they still lead it 1-0. Back now at Oriole Park. Stepping in, Colton Cowser. Fought off foul. Line drive, and that should be extra bases. Now he'll turn for 2nd. And he's got a leadoff double.
Still able to come through behind in the count right there. Just a really nice approach to shoot that line drive to the opposite field. There's a lot of hard work and discipline that goes into getting a result like that at the plate. Doesn't come naturally for most hitters.
Here's the center fielder, T.J. Friedl. Swing and a miss at a slider.
As a pitcher, you know the runner on 2nd is ready to push things with his speed. A base hit is probably going to be a big run, so you really have to execute on the mound.
Brings it in. 2 away now. Jackson Holliday, the next to hit for the Orioles. Base hit into center field. Cowser rounds third, headed for the plate. He scores to tie it up. It's an RBI single. It's 1-1. And now Gunnar, runner on the move. Pitch inside. Throw, save. Runner at second, 2 down. Here in game 1 of 2 in the series. Line drive, and that's a base hit into center field. Run comes in from second, and it's an RBI single. It's 2-1.
Well, that was a great job of letting that runner steal second base, get in the scoring position, come through with the base knock. You add a run.
So 2 down. So next to hit for Baltimore, Tyler O'Neill. O'Neill working through some struggles lately. 2 outs. And there's a foul ball.
Yeah, they say baseball is a game of failure, and that's true even for longtime major leaguers. Sometimes you'll have tough stretches just like this, but he's an experienced vet. He'll probably right the ship soon.
Steer moving under this one. He makes the grab, and that will end the inning. Way out front for strike 2. That one ripped. And it one-hops the wall. Around first and hustling for second. And now the tying run is into scoring position.
He was all over that one. A well-deserved double on a great swing. Got everything going on time. He stayed balanced and he squared it up about as well as you could possibly ask.
Swing and a high fly ball right field. Drops into the glove. Runner tags at second. He thought about it, but instead returns to second. And now it's Dalton Varsho. Man at second. Swing and a pop-up. Westberg brings it in, and there's 2 down.
Man, he just couldn't lay off right there. Those high fastballs, they just look really good because they're eye level, but they're just about impossible to get the barrel to.
Drilled out towards left center field. That one carrying. Gone. A 2-run homer. His 14th of the year. It's 3-2. That was blasted.
Absolutely, no doubt off the bat. Knew what pitch he wanted to hit. Spit on some other pitches in this at bat. Was very patient, and it paid off.
2 outs, nobody on. Here's the third baseman, Addison Barger. Headed towards the corner. Diving, gets down. Could be extra bases. He's in with a double, and that's his second double of the night. So runner at second, 2 down. Now here is Dalton rushing. Here's a 1-1. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. Coming home. The throw in.
Stringing them together, that's 3 hits in a row. He wasn't able to elevate it, but he put a great swing on it. Right on time, good balanced approach, and just blasted it through the infield.
That's out to center field. And that is that. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league. That misses. Now 3-1.
Well, after scoring runs, this is where you're looking for that shutdown inning. Get that hot team back in there to swing the bats.
That one misses. So a leadoff walk. Kobe Mayo, the next to hit for the Orioles.
Maybe a little loss of focus on the mound right there. Pretty much gifted him first base with a quick free pass.
Takes it in for the out. Adley Rutschman, the next to hit. Ground ball right side, could be 2. 1 at second. Throw pulls him off the bag, and he's safe. Colton Cowser, the next to hit for the Orioles. Line drive, base hit. Throw stops the lead runner at second. 2 on and 2 out. Here's Ryan Mountcastle. Fly ball down the line. Steer on his way over. makes the grab. And that is the third out of the inning. Orioles strand a couple. Still down by a count of 4-2. We're back, and there's a new arm on the mound to start the fifth. Roansy Contreras.
And one thing on him, he's been really good this season at keeping the ball in the park. Not an easy guy to take deep.
Whips it to Mountcastle. One away here in the fifth. Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Oh, Boog, we talk about how the ball is coming out of a pitcher's hand. The way it comes out of his hand as an infielder, wow, really impressive.
Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Not the best location with the fastball on strike three, but when you're pumping high 90s, you'll get away with some of those. More margin for error. You know, the fastball has become such a huge strikeout pitch in the sport. I think a lot of it has to do with all the attention and emphasis on improved spin rates. These fastballs are just exploding out of the pitcher's hands and jumping through the zone.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. Nothing doing. And we're back, ready to go for the last half of the inning. And now the center fielder, T.J. Friedel, on the inside corner for a strike.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Headed down the line, and that lands in no man's land, a foul ball. Ripped to right. Rooker makes the catch, and there's one gone. Jackson Holliday, the next to hit for the Orioles. And there's a ball. That's ball 4. Tried another fastball, but missed the spot.
It feels to me like his time on the mound is running short, starting to show some signs of fatigue. So we'll see how much longer they let him go.
One down. Gunnar Henderson, the next to hit for the Orioles. Chris, he's their team leader when it comes to RBIs. Guerrero to Adames. That's one. And that's all they'll get. Wide throw, and it gets away.
Well, he hung in there at second to get the out, but the return throw to first was way offline. And I have to think the runner coming in the second had a part in that. You can't assume the double play, but because the batter moves up past first, he does get charged with the throwing error right there.
Tyler O'Neill, the next to hit for the Orioles. Man on second, 2 down. Ground ball, left side. Sends it across to first. Inning over. So no runs on no hits, 1 error, and a runner left. 5 innings complete. And welcome back to the ballpark. All set for the top of the 6th. Now here is Brent Rooker. That one back up the middle, and it gets through. And the leadoff man aboard. So up next for Toronto, Dalton Varsho. Liner, base hit. Runner stops at second, and the first 2 reach to start the inning.
Love how he let that ball travel, trusted his hands. Nice job of going the other way.
And now for the Jays, Spencer Steer. He had a big swing back in the 4th, a 2-run homer, and that helped them get the lead.
And what a swing it was, Boog. Poetry in motion. And those are the type that you hardly feel when you connect with the baseball. Just so smooth, a great feeling off the bat.
Now the third baseman, Addison Barger. Checks his swing. Now an appeal to third. No, he held up. Fouled off. He was late.
You need a strikeout, and you need a ball perhaps on the ground for a double play, or get yourself a pop-up, something, but you've got to make some pitch.
Swing and a miss. And he's down on strikes. And that is a big first out. At the plate, Dalton rushing. Ground ball left side, could be 2. Henderson tossed to second. Double play. What a quick. Back now for the bottom of the sixth, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Sean Armstrong.
Coming on to face a righty here, and he's been fantastic against him this year. His numbers in those matchups are very good.
Swing and a miss. Counts full, 3-2. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Oh, nothing too fancy on the strikeout pitch right there. Just a low 90s fastball, and I'm not sure he was trying to challenge him, but that's pretty much what happened. Very hittable location, but he found a way to just get it by him.
Strike three, and that's 2 in a row. So up next, Adley Rutschman. 2 down, nobody on. Here in the bottom of the sixth. And that wasn't even close. Ball 4.
One of the things about that 2-out walk, the base runner over at first base is going to have a very aggressive secondary lead. So a ball down the line or into the gap will produce a 2-out RBI, and those are the best. That is, if you are the offensive side of it.
Grabs it on the run, and that is that. And the Orioles leave one. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Danny Coulombe.
And as relievers go, he's not a big strikeout guy. He tries to force weak contact, so command and execution are huge for him.
On the ground, right side, Holiday. Throws to first, and the leadoff hitter set down to open the 7th. And next for Toronto, Willy Adames. He had a big swing for these guys way back in the first inning.
Yeah, Boog, he didn't waste any time in this one. The solo shot really got his team going, and he's looking for more right here.
1 down, base is empty. Swing and a foul out of play. Here's the pitch to Adames. Fouls it off, still 1-2. And now the lefty on the ground. And it goes just foul. One, 2 now. Into center and a base hit. So man aboard, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. next up for the Blue Jays. The 1-1 is fouled off. Line to left, and it stays fair. Headed for the plate. He'll score easily.
Back against the wall with 2 strikes, but found a way. Ripped that one down the line and kept it fair. And even when you hit it that far out front, you still have to keep your hands tight to your body so you don't hook around that baseball and put it in foul territory. And that right there was perfect.
That's to third. Slings to first in time.
Now batting, right fielder, Brent Rooker.
So digging in, Brent Rooker. He's a guy who does it all with the lack of contact in today's game. Intentional walk here with 2 out. They set up a force at any base to end the inning. First and second, 2 outs. So up next for Toronto, Dalton Varsho. The other way. Gets down, base hit. Now a long throw home. But it's offline. It's 6-2.
Well done. Drives in the run. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy. Didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep. Took the barrel right to it and then extended.
So a new arm out of the bullpen for the Orioles, Cionel Perez. He has a great slider with tons of movement. And now here is Spencer Steer. Swung on, belted. That's back. Gone. Straight into the visitors' bullpen. Another homer. His second home run of the game. It's 9-2. He put a charge into that one.
That was a lightning swing right there, no doubt about it. A good hitter gets pitch recognition early. He saw exactly where that was going to be. The challenge, not get over anxious and come out of your swing. He stayed on it and got all of it.
Addison Barger next up for the Blue Jays. 2 down, nobody on. Swing and a high fly ball out there towards left field. O'Neill makes the grab, and that is that. But the biggest swing of the inning comes right here. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Ryan Burr.
Well, he's been a really tough guy to take deep this season. You usually have to string some hits together in order to get to him.
And a foul ball, he stays alive.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with a fastball slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up. He had him out in front, which isn't easy to do against a hitter like this, known for using the entire field. Just couldn't sit back long enough on that one.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out coming out of the bullpen and throwing BBs. Jackson Holliday getting ready to hit. And a big swing and a miss.
3 balls, 2 strikes.
The Blue Jays up big in this one. Here at the bottom of the 7th. He's got it, and that'll end the inning. 3 up. Back here in a blowout, which gives us a chance to talk about just about anything.
Bro, don't get me fired.
Singy, did anybody ever give you the silent treatment?
I don't.
So now a pinch hitter, Alejandro Kirk.
For the Blue Jays, number 30, Alejandro Kirk.
Up the middle. On the run, sends it over to first.
Yep,
it's there, and that's a great play. Here's Andres Jimenez. Now a move being made for a pinch hitter, Edmundo Sosa. 1 out, the base is empty for him. Every once in a while, they'll work that same trick on a veteran player. If, say, he's been cold or hasn't hit a home run in a long time. And that's always fun when you don't see it coming at all and everybody in the dugout goes crickets on him.
Yeah, and that veteran player's usually got a response for those individuals with.
Oh, that got him. He had 2 strikes on him, and he hit him. Now, Willie Adames. To third, Westberg. Fired to second. Double play. And that'll do it for the inning. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th, Paul Sewald.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
Now a pop-up on the infield. Adames. Nabs it, and there's 1 down. And next for the Orioles, Tyler O'Neill. Out towards right center field. Rooker sizing this one up. Makes the catch. And there's 2 down. 2 outs, base is empty. Jordan Westberg will hit next. In the air on the infield, Adames. And makes the play, and that's out number 3. We're back, and on the mound is the closer, Felix Bautista.
I think it's got to be a little tough coming in out of the pen when your guys are trailing so big on the scoreboard. Just doesn't have the same intensity to it, but he's got to find a way because these batters count the same for his stats, obviously, regardless of the score.
Hammered down the right side, but foul. So Vladdy Jr. strikes out.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide.
And this one looks like trouble. Makes the turn and heads for second. In safely. It's a double and his second hit.
2 hits for him in this one, both for extra bases. Got to feel good about that. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
Slider got him for strike 3. And now Dalton Varsho. Runner at second, 2 down. Here at the top of the ninth. Swing and a miss. The velocity blasted it right past him. Back now as they hand the ball to a fresh arm to start the bottom of the ninth, Eric Swanson.
And he's been really shutting down hitters from the right side of the plate this year. Not a lot of hard contact, not a lot of hits, period.
Got him swinging. And here's the catcher, Adley Rutschman. Popped up to the left, into foul ground. Has room, and he makes the catch. So it's their last chance in this one. Colton Cowser, the next to hit for the Orioles. 2 down, nobody on. Here in the last half of inning number 9. Throw to first, ball game. And the Blue Jays take this one in a blowout.
Sometimes you can flip a coin with these short 2-game series, but they came out, they got the first game, and that's all you want to do. You know you're guaranteed a split at this point, but now you got to turn the page and get ready for the next game. Perhaps you get a 2-game sweep.
This one ends the final 9-2. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. Thanks for joining us. And welcome in, everybody. Glad you're with us. The show has an AL East matchup. It's the Toronto Blue Jays taking on the Baltimore Orioles. Well, Singy, all eyes on him today after his incredible performance in the last one.
Yeah, Boog, that was one of the best hitting displays I've seen in a while. My man was in the zone. He's able to carry that momentum.
First pitch coming at you right after the break. Just about to get started. And on the hill, Grayson Rodriguez. And Singy, we were talking earlier about how he's doing a great job navigating through tough spots.
I've just been so impressed with when it seems like there's more pressure, he's more calm and settles in. He's done an incredible job with runners in scoring position. Most guys, they get a little tight, they start to aim the baseball, but for some reason, he gets looser, the ball comes out of his hand with more life, and he's able to wiggle off the hook of tough situations and get his team back in the dugout.
Liner, and that should be extra bases. Now he'll turn for second. And he starts his afternoon off right with a double.
Love how he let that ball travel, trusted his hands. Nice job of going the other way.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. now. So Vladdy Jr. strikes out.
Now, it can be so tough as a hitter to pull yourself out of an extended slump, one that lasts for several games, even a week or more. You know, right now, he's really in one, so I'm sure his mind is all over the place, racing, having a hard time sleeping, trying to figure out what can get him back on track, back to feeling more comfortable and settled in the box.
2 outs. Swings and misses. That K is his 3rd of the game. Back here in Baltimore. And on the mound here today, Zach Gallen. Singy, he's kind of a road warrior, yeah?
I definitely say so. You know, some guys shrink a little bit on the road. They're so used to just having the comforts of being at home and having the fans behind them. But this guy seems to thrive in adversity and being in some hostile environment. So when you have a player like this on your team that goes out there and competes, you definitely like your chances away from your home ballpark.
LeMahieu hauls it in, and there's one away. All right, let's take a look at the Orioles lineup now. All right, Siggy, how about all the talent in this lineup?
They're deep, first and foremost, but the way that they can manipulate their personnel for matchups and everything else.
Guerrero goes to second for 1. Return throw to first. Got him. Double play. New inning getting started. And now the right fielder, Brent Rooker. Late on that fastball.
You tie a guy up like that, you're feeling like you are in command.
Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. That one back there onto the track, and he makes the catch. Next to hit, Dalton Varsho. And 1-2. No score here in the second. Fights that one away, still 1-2. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Well, I'm not sure what he was waiting on right there. He got the changeup and still late on it. You rarely see that. It almost makes you think that he was trying to set the pitcher up. I mean, if you can't catch up to the off-speed stuff, there's no way you're going to touch a fastball.
2 strikes.
Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. Rutschman on to first. That completes the strikeout, and that'll do it. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Bottom of the inning. Here's the Oriole cleanup hitter, Kobe Mayo. Ground ball up the middle. In plenty of time to first, and quickly one away in the second. And now Jordan Westburg. Line and a base hit into right. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
That can be a really tough pitch to handle, a front door breaking ball, but he did a great job staying in there, keeping that front shoulder closed. He didn't spin off the ball and hook it foul, which happens so many times. And now let's see if they force some action with good wheels on the bases.
Now it's going to be Colton Cowser. He's got it, and there's 2 away. And into the box for Baltimore, Mickey Moniak.
Ball.
In the dirt, blocked.
2 balls.
No
1
advance.
strike.
Good job behind the dish. High fly ball, and that one curling foul down the right side. Gets a piece and stays alive.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Swing and a ground ball. They take the force out. That ends the inning.
Great concentration to get that one started. He gets the force at second. Glove work at its finest.
Top half of the 3rd inning, and here is DJ LeMahieu. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. The throw to first. Leadoff man retired here in the third. Here's the Toronto catcher, Dalton rushing. 1-1 now. This one smoked out to left. Moniak snags it for the second out. Back to the top of the lineup, Andres Jimenez next up for the Blue Jays. Hit on the ground to the right side. Holiday throws to first in time, and the Blue Jays go down one. As we go to the last of the third, and now the first baseman, Luis Vasquez, outside, and now 3-1. It's a leadoff walk, and that's the go-ahead run. So the batting order turns over. Runner on the go. On the ground to the left. Sneaks through, base hit. And now runners at the corners, nobody out.
Multi-hit game for him now, and with the lack of results he's been having lately, I'm sure he's feeling some relief. Just a simple ground ball the other way. They've had eyes on it, man. Sometimes that's all you need to do.
Swing and a ball popped in the air. It's going to fall for a hit. And they'll score first. It's 1-0.
We don't see this a whole lot anymore where hitters with 2 strikes are willing to shorten up, tighten up, and try to hit the ball back up the middle other way. He was trying to hit that hole, I believe. Very good at bat with 2 strikes.
And he's in there as he tests the arm in left. 1 away on the flyout. Paul Sewald is forced to the mound after the injury.
Just trying to keep this one close.
This one swung out and hit well. Way back there. And that one's gone into the bleachers. A 3-run homer. His 9th homer of the year. And they tack on to their lead. It's 4-0.
Already playing with the lead, and now they're celebrating a home run. They're having a great time out there. That's an impressive swing of the bat to go over the wall to the opposite field gap. And there are a lot of guys that just don't have the pop to do that, and probably just as many who don't have the approach either. He let that ball travel, and he got great extension on the follow-through to drive it out of here.
That one down the line, and foul ball. 4 runs already in the frame here in the second and final game of the series. Here's Adley Rutschman. Singy, he was the first player taken in what has turned out to be a talented draft class.
Well, Boog, 2019 delivered a youth movement for Major League Baseball. Adley, Bobby Witt Jr.
Zips it across. Inning over, although plenty of damage done. But 4 runs score in the inning. 3 coming right here on the 3-run homer. It's now a 4-0 ball game. You're dialed into the show. All set for the start of the inning. And the batter now, Willie Adames. Hard hit, right side. Takes it himself. Leadoff hitter retired in the 4th.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. One down, base is empty. Hit hard to the ground and up the middle, base hit. Anthony Santander at the plate. Ball to strike. Swing and a foul straight back. See ya. Strikes him out for the second time today. Brent Rooker next up for the Blue Jays. Two outs. And a swing and a miss there.
Well, that's today's style of baseball right there, right? Big time velo on the bump and big time pop at the plate.
That one to first. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Welcome back, and they turn to a new arm as we kick off the bottom of the fourth. Angel Bastardo.
And he's been racking up strikeouts at a high rate this year, typically at least one an inning, so he'll be tough to get to.
Man at first, Mickey Monier. Runner on the go. That's in for a strike. Transfer bobbled, and there's no throw. Runner in scoring position, nobody out. We're here in the bottom of the fourth. One out in the bottom of the fourth.
Good slider inside right there. Batter fighting to get there, just rolled over it, got the ground ball.
Nope.
Luis Vasquez, the next to hit for the Orioles. Chris, you played here in 2002. What are the memories that stand out as to being a member of the Baltimore Orioles?
For me, it was just pulling into the parking lot and having those that were there with an encouraging smile or a pat.
Jimenez, throw to first in time. And you had a cameo in the movie Moneyball as an Orioles player in a highlight clip. Jackson Holliday digs in now. LeMahieu settles underneath it. He's there. He's got it. And we're back. Ready now for the fifth inning. And now the center fielder, Dalton Varsho. Swing and a miss, and that's strike two.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
He's really good hitting the baseball the other way, so credit the pitcher for having him out in front of that pitch. Clearly he had him fooled.
One down, base is empty. Swing, and he breaks his back. Rodriguez makes the grab, and there's 2 gone. Now it's LeMahieu up to hit.
Oh, I think the key, if he can get through one more inning, anything after that, a hitter or 2 is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
And a swing and a miss, and that's that. Back now at Oriole Park, we head to the bottom of the fifth, and the batter will be the shortstop, Gunnar Henderson. That one drilled left field. No trouble here, puts it away for the out. 1 up, 1 down. Kobe Mayo, the next to hit, swings and blasts one deep to left center, and in one hops the wall. Around first, heading for 2. In safely. It's a double and his second hit.
Man, those are the types of hits where you don't feel any vibration in your hands whatsoever. Such a good feeling. A lot of hitters tell themselves, line drive over the infielder's head. That's what I'm trying to do. Just keep that approach simple. And right there, it was perfectly executed. On time with everything and pulled it into the gap nicely.
Way outside, straight to the backstop. Rushing, gathers, throws to first, and it beats him for out number 2. That's a strikeout. Here's Adley Rutschman. 2 outs and a runner at third. Last half of inning number 5. Spoils a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Still 2-2 after the foul ball. Lifted in the air down the left side. Base hit, and a run comes in. So up next, Colton Cowser. He swings and fouls one off. Rutschman off of first with 2 away. And that is downstairs. 2-2.
2 strikes.
Good eye in that spot.
Great RBI spot here. Just got to stay focused on the pitch. The runner will be in motion, so something in the gap should definitely score it.
Steer makes the catch. That is the inning. But the RBI single pushes across a run. And the lead is now back here at the ballpark. Let's check out the latest news from around the league. The 1-1 is fouled off. And a swing and a miss. Beat him with a fastball.
Really love the pitch sequence right there. I'm telling you what, pitcher and catcher are on the same page right now.
Back to the leadoff spot in the Blue Jays lineup. Here's the second baseman, Andres Jimenez.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts.
Now at 10 Ks with still a few innings left, so expect him to add on to that total. And you know, pitchers are looking to have a strikeout per inning. I mean, that's excellent work. The way it looks now, I mean, he's going to have a better rate than that in this one. So really good stuff working on the mound in this one.
Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. Makes the grab, and that's the inning. Make it 6. And welcome back to the ballpark. Here's the left fielder, Mickey Moniak. That's off the inside corner, and that's ball 2. And that one missing inside, a sharp slider. Swing, and that ball smashed on a line. Hauls it in for the out. And there's one down. So digging in, Luis Vasquez. Here's a swing and a line drive, and that's a base hit into right field. So a man aboard now with one away. So next to hit for Baltimore, T.J. Friedl. Now this one's crushed down the line. Hooking, foul ball.
Clearly hoping he could get a swing and miss on that, but
here goes the runner on the ground, and that's a base hit. Coming home. He'll score. One gone, runner at first. Jackson Holliday, the next to hit for the Orioles. Righty delivers. That one laced to center and a base hit. And now 2 aboard. And now the shortstop, Gunnar Henderson. The 1-1.
That's ball 2.
1 out. Runners at first and second. In the air, left side. Steer makes the grab for the second out. So now it's the 4-hole hitter, Kobe Mayo. And a swing and a miss.
He's been great in this one. Eye-hand coordination just.
And he got him. Strike 3, and that'll retire the side. Welcome back as we take a look at their upcoming schedule. Popped up. Westberg. Corrals it. And there's one down.
Changing speeds has this lineup completely off balance in this one. We've seen a lot of mistimed swings, and it's been a challenge for these hitters to get their rhythm right.
The 1-1 is fouled off. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. Up the middle, Henderson. Over to first, and 2 away to start the 7th. So 2 down now, and here is Brent Rooker. That one fouled off, 2-2.
This pitcher's done a good job of disrupting the hitter's timing with the mix of pitches and changing speeds. You want to keep that front foot inconsistent for the batter. Their swings are hesitant, and that's exactly what you want on the mound.
2 down, nobody on. That one is absolutely belted. That's back there. Out of here. Home run number 20 on the year, and they cut into the lead. It's 6-1.
That could be one of those swings that really help spark this offense.
Here's the center fielder, Dalton Varsho. And that one is lifted in the air. Friedel makes the grab, and that'll do it. 1 scores in the inning, coming on this solo home run. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Sean Armstrong.
And he's done a great job keeping the ball in the park this year. The numbers stack up with some of the best in the game.
Guerrero calls it in, and there's one away. And now the catcher comes up to him. Adley Rutschman. Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single. Now it's the right fielder, Colton Cowser. And that one ripped to left, and that's just foul. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. They fired in quickly, so it's 1st and 2nd with only 1 away. And next for the Orioles, Mickey Moniak. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. The 1-2 stays alive. Runners at 1st and 2nd with 1 gone. Here, the bottom of the 7th.
Good slider down and in can be so hard to get on plane with. You're better off taking that pitch.
On the ground, could be 2. To 2nd, there's 1. Not in time at 1st. It's a fielder's choice. And into the box for Baltimore, Luis Vasquez. On the corner for a strike. 1-2. Runners at the corners with 2 outs. And down on strikes he goes. That ends the frame. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Scott Barlow.
And compared to a lot of other relievers, strikeouts have not been a big weapon for him this year, so the defense should be active.
Swing and a miss. That one in the dirt.
No, that's that slurve right there. He threw it extremely well. You talk about just a ton of breaks. So tough to get that barrel to.
Swings through him for the K. Had him way out front of the slurve. Here's DJ LeMahieu. 1 down, base is empty. Cut on and lifted in the air. Cowser makes the grab. 2 down. Next to hit, Dalton Rushing. In the air, left field. Moniak moving under it. He's got it. And that is out number 3. Back now, and on the mound, the closer, Jeff Hoffman.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleeding and keep the score right where it is.
1 ball.
Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Makes the grab, 1 away. Jackson Holiday, the next to hit for the Orioles. Strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Now fly ball to right center. Varsho sizes this one up and puts the squeeze on that one. 2 down. 2 down, base is empty. Gunnar Henderson, the next to hit for the Orioles. That pitch in for a strike. 1 and 2.
2 strikes.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And good work there as he gets a 1. We're back. It's the top of the 9th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Roansy Contreras.
His first test will be from the left side, and that's been a struggle for him this season. They've been seeing him pretty well and doing some damage against him.
He swings and hits a fly ball, center field. Holiday makes the play. 1 away.
That's a really nice play, ranging back into the outfield for that catch. We all know those can be a little tricky, especially if the wind's swirling around out there.
Off the mark there. Full count now. Movement in the Orioles bullpen. Keegan Aiken, the left-hander, up and throwing. Perez warming up as well. Struck him out looking. And they're down to their last out. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. next up for the Blue Jays. The 1-1. Hit to the left side, and this is going to do it. On to first, ball game. And the Orioles get out of here. And welcome into the ballpark. Happy to have you with us. The show brings you game one of a big 4-game set. It's the Texas Rangers and the Toronto Blue Jays. We get a chance to watch one of the hottest bats in the game. He's been huge for his team, Singy.
Yeah, just impressive contact and seems to find every gap available, Boog.
And we'll be back with the first pitch right after this. All right, first pitch coming up. And getting to start, Bowden Francis.
Well, he's putting together a really nice season on the mound. ERA in the low 3s. Very respectable when you consider guys are looking to do damage. They're not trying to just walk and hit singles. They're trying to hit homers and draw walks and score runs. So when you have a guy that can limit the other team from scoring more than a few runs, that's really tough to beat game in and game out.
Next up for Texas, Wyatt Langford. So a foul ball makes it 1-2.
All sliders so far in this at bat to get ahead in the count, and clearly shows there was a game plan in mind for how to attack him in the box.
Breaking ball in there, got him looking. That's the second out. 2 outs, base is empty. Corey Seager stepping in for the Rangers, and that one hit to first, and foul ball. The shortstop takes the ball.
Now, this is a big-time matchup right now, and stop what you're doing, folks. Watch this, because you have 2 of the game's best going, a Cy Young candidate and an MVP candidate. Look out. Yeah, nice job of getting that front foot down, and once it does, the hands just launch. Big hold on the left side of the infield, and I think that's exactly what he was gunning for.
And that's a strikeout looking. A controversial called strike. Back now in Toronto. And our pitcher tonight, Eduardo Rodriguez. And Chris, pitching on the road has not been particularly kind to him.
Yeah, and you don't want to be too quick to say that he can't pitch on the road. Sometimes, it's just a matter of luck. It's not having a feel. Difference between the bullpen mound to the mound out there on the playing field. Don't know what it is, but I know this. He's got good enough stuff to overcome and get it done on the road as well as at home. So we'll see what he's able to do in this one.
And there's 2 away. 2 down, base is empty. Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. And now 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
That one way inside. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. 3 up, 3 down. Inning over. Top of the second. And now the right fielder, Adolis Garcia. Misses the zone, and he gets him to chase.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss at the splitter, and it's a strikeout.
That's about as nasty of a splitter as you'll come across, especially in terms of movement. I mean, that thing tumbles out of his hand and just drops off the table at the last moment. If he keeps it down, it's just so tough to put wood on.
On the ground to third. Whips it to first. 2 up, 2 down.
Well, a well-thrown slider like that one can be tough to get in the air. Good downward break on that one.
Ezekiel Duran, the next to hit. That's in there, and the count is 1-2. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. Back here at Rogers Center, bottom of the second. Now it's the Toronto designated hitter, Anthony Santander. Up the middle. On to first. Leadoff man retired here in the second. And now for the Jays, Brent Rooker. Swing and a miss. Chased it out of the zone.
Threw that fastball right by him, slightly elevated. That's a confidence boost for this guy out there on the mound. See if he continues to climb the ladder.
Couldn't catch up to the heater. And now it's Dalton Varsho. The 1-1 is fouled off. 2 outs, base is empty. Fights it off. He'll see another. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. 1, 2, 3. And we're back. Here's the catcher, Jonah Heim. And that's in there for a strike. The slider that finds the mark. In the air, right side. Rooker settles under this one and makes the grab. And there's 1 down. Here's Leody Taveras. Up the middle. Oh, great stop. From his knees, the throw. And that's a great play for the out. And now it's Luis Garcia. Hit hard on the ground to short. Adames, the throw to first. And that'll do it. Welcome back. Last series, the pitching was not good as we take a check of the numbers. That one is inside ball 4. And I mean, oh, so close. And that's how they get their first base runner of the game. That's a base hit. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
Well, a swing like that can help you come out of the struggle. We saw the numbers coming into the ball game, but all he's trying to do at this point is help his team win.
And here is Sosa to the plate. And a sac bunt here. Off balance feed, there's one. But no throw to first as he'll hold on to it. Here's Andres Jimenez. And a swing and a miss. Huge strikeout there. Willie Adames stands in. Here's the pitch to Adames. Hit in the air, center field. Taveras going after it. Squeezes it, and that will end the inning. And welcome back to the ballpark. On to the fourth. Now the number 2 hitter, Wyatt Langford. And a strike on the outside edge. Base knock right field. So a man on base to start the inning. Seager stands in now. On a line. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And there's one away. Here's Josh Young.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
Now it's the right fielder, Adolis Garcia. Outside with a breaking ball. The kick and the pitch. Runner goes. Strike in there. Throw, save. That's a stolen base.
You know, nights like this when it seems harder to score, I like the call to put him in motion.
A swing and a miss. That retires the side. Back now in Toronto. John Sciambi and Chris Singleton with you. And leading off the bottom of the fourth, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Now he breaks his bat. Bare hands it. Tough play. Nicely done for the out. Anthony Santander at the plate. Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. Heim makes the play. 2 down. And next for Toronto, Brent Rooker. Puts it in the air out towards left center. Langford on the move. Brings it in for the 3rd out. New inning getting started. And here is Josh Smith. Into center. Varsho on the move. Got it. Nice grab. One up, one down. Now here's the Rangers DH, Ezekiel Duran. And a swing and a miss.
Clearly was sitting on a fastball right there and just ended up out in front of the slider. Hey, you can't fault him for his commitment. Now he's just going to have to battle with 2 strikes.
That's hard hit on the line. And it goes just foul. 1 out, base is empty. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And he's up to 7 strikeouts.
Well, that right there is just a pitcher's pitch. Tailing away from the hitter. Blowing away with some good action at the end. You know, even if he gets the...
Oh, that's a strikeout. And that'll do it for the inning. And the Rangers. Welcome back. Quite a pitcher's duel so far. Here's how the starters have performed up to this point. Next offering is in for a strike. Cut on and miss. Struck him out. He picks up his 5th strikeout on the hill. So up next, Spencer Steer. Line drive, base hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away. Alejandro Kirk Next up for the Blue Jays. Runner takes off. Pitch misses.
Ball 2.
Throw to second. Out.
I got to admit, I'm kind of shocked he got caught stealing right there because of how big the lead was over at first base. Catcher doesn't throw very well either, but for whatever reasons, things came together, and they got the out at second. Really impressive job, I'd say.
And that's the third out. Back here at Rogers Center, top of the 6th inning. Digging in, Leody Taveras. In the air, fairly deep to right field. Rooker under it. Puts it away for the out. One down. So the lineup flips over. Now it's the second baseman, Luis Garcia. Line drive, base hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Everything came together for him. Kind of a risky pitch coming inside with the breaking ball like that. You have to bury it. Otherwise, it's not too difficult to get the bat to it like he did that time.
That misses the zone, and the count is 3-1.
Calling this count, runner not known for his speed, but I think you got to put him in motion.
Try to avoid a double play here, Boog.
So now it's Corey Seager.
He's making things difficult for himself right now out there on the mound, but his confidence should still be high enough to get out of this, but he's going to have to buckle down right here.
He flips it to second in time. Relay to Guerrero in time. Bottom of the 6th inning, and now for the Jays, Edmundo Sosa. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. Handles, throws to first. One up, one down. Back to the top of the lineup, and stepping in is the speedy Andres Jimenez. Base is empty, one away here in the bottom of the 6th. Swing and a ground ball. Dives, but it kicks off his glove. No throw, and so they end up with some speed on at first. Man at first with one gone. Now it's the shortstop, Willie Adames. Rodriguez keeping an eye on him. Runner takes off. Pitch in for a strike. Throw. Save. And that's another stolen base for the league leader. Man at second. Out to short. Seager whips it across, and they get Adames for the out.
Good fade and sinking action of that changeup. Got that hitter to roll over.
And here's the first baseman, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Swing and a ball line to center. He's got it, and that ends the inning. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league. Got him looking. That's his 9th strikeout so far.
Well, he's going to have some thinking to do when he leaves the ballpark after this one. That was his 3rd strikeout, and this one looking, obviously, so he's been a little overmatched. He's got to find a way just to be more competitive up there at the plate.
Check swing, did he go? Yes, he did. And it's 2-2.
2 strikes.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
And there's another strikeout, and those are just continuing to pile up. His confidence level has got to be dropping. He's got to find a way to make an adjustment, Booth, get back on track. His team needs him.
And they'll do it again. 2 outs. Base hit. That was smoked through the infield. Next, it'll be the Texas DH, Ezekiel Duran. Fouls one off. 2-2. The kick and the pitch. Runner goes. Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. And that one hops the wall. Rounds third, headed for the plate. He scores, and they have the lead.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. As soon as that one shot off his barrel, he was thinking extra bases. Really nice job of getting the bat out front, but not hooking around it or rolling over it. Just kept the swing on plane and smoked that thing into the gap.
Now a chance for Jonah Heim. Fly ball center field, Varsho. And that is that. But a run will score in the inning on this RBI double. It's now 1-0. Let's check out some notable MVP candidates so far this season. That one is absolutely belted. And it bangs off the top of the wall.
Always feels amazing getting a job done when the team needs you to come through. It's just bigger than your own individual stats. Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. Manager out of the dugout now, and it looks like we'll see a change on the mound. Eduardo Rodriguez departs, and he leaves in a one-run game. New pitcher coming on. We'll be back in a minute. So, out of the bullpen for the Rangers, Josh Sborz.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves, late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
Ground ball left side, could be two. Off balance feed, there's one. And that's quick work out of the pen. One batter. Let's check out some notable Cy Young candidates so far this year. Here comes the manager out of the Blue Jays dugout, and he will make a move to the pen. Zach Jackson takes over on the mound.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Got him swinging. One away. Up next for the Rangers, Luis Garcia. Swings through that one for strike two. Base is empty, one away, and we're in the top of the eighth. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Coming out of the bullpen throwing BBs. Wyatt Langford now at the plate. In the air out towards right center. Varsho settles under it and makes the catch. And we're back. Bottom of the eighth. Now the left fielder, Spencer Steer. Going to count 1-2. Some activity in the bullpen for Texas. Ryan Helsley, the closer, getting cranked up for a possible save opportunity. Garcia, a left-hander, also throwing on the ground. Tosses to first. Leadoff man is out here in the eighth. And here's the catcher, Alejandro Kirk. Looking to get the tying run on base. That one almost got him. Blue Jays down a run. Swing and a ball popped in the air. And that is foul.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with a fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Battling here as he fouls it away. One down, base is empty. Swing and a miss. Got him to go up the ladder for the K.
That's tough. You see it well. I mean, that was clearly up and out of the strike zone, but that's one of the hardest things. And when you see a pitch out of the hand at eye level, that discipline to remember, I can't hit that pitch. If I can see it really well at eye level, I can't catch up to that pitch when a pitcher's got this kind of velocity.
Swings and misses, struck him out. Down in order. Eric Swanson on to pitch out of the pen here.
He's throwing the ball very well overall this season. He's been really tough to get to. You see that ERA, and that's where you love to be.
Swing and a pop-up. Foul at a play off to the right side. That'll find the stands. Swing and a ground ball. Jimenez throw to first. And Seager is set down. So digging in, Josh Young. Swing and a miss as he was out front that time. Got him swinging.
First strikeout for him in this one. That splitter is maybe the go-to pitch when he's looking for a swing and miss like that. He throws it quite a bit, and that's a good example of the effect it can have on a hitter.
And ring him up, says Carl Dixon. That's the strike. Welcome back, and here comes the closer, Ryan Helsley.
Looking to lock this one up for his 51st save of the year, which is absolutely amazing. 51, also the jersey number of one of the greatest closers of all time, Trevor Hoffman.
Swing and a miss as he was late.
Trying to keep good speed off the bases.
One-run game, bottom 9. Fouls it off, still 1-2. Strike 3, got him swinging. And they get the leadoff man in the 9th. He's 2 outs away. So up next for Toronto, Willy Adames. One down, base is empty. Swing and a miss, and he chases that one in the dirt. Out on the drop, third strike, 2 gone.
Well, it's kind of tough right here. Closer comes in and he strikes out the first 2 hitters. It's hard not to feel defeated and that this is going to go quickly. But you got to go up there, maybe try to find a way to choke up on the bat, spread out, put the ball in play, and maybe you can extend this inning.
That one in triple digits.
Well, so many hard-throwing relievers in the game these days, you would think that hitters have made the adjustment, but I don't know if you ever get used to it. Just pumping gas out of the bullpen, so hard to play catch-up.
1 strike away. And a swing and a miss at the slider in the dirt. Gets to it on to first. In-time ball game. And the strikeout ends it.
Well, this one was all about the pitching and defense. Outstanding job of the pitchers, really attacking hitters, trusting what the catcher was putting down, and trusting the players standing behind him to make the plays defensively. Sometimes you want to see a high-scoring game, but sometimes you can appreciate the artistic beauty of what these pitchers did on the mound today.
And a 1-0 final score here in this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew here at MLB The Show, thanks for stopping by. I'm John Shambi. Talk to you soon. From One Blue Jays Way in Toronto, welcome to Rogers Center. Major League Baseball on tap. It's the Texas Rangers and the Toronto Blue Jays. We get a chance to watch one of the hottest bats in the game. He's been huge for his team, Singy.
Yeah, just impressive contact and seems to find every gap available, Boog.
First pitch coming your way next. About to get started here. And the starter for Toronto, Cal Quantrill. And Singy, he likes pitching at home.
Well, truly for him, there is no place like home. He's been so dominant here. And as a teammate, you expect him when pitching at home this year to go out and dominate just as he has. The fans expect it. And I think everyone around here knows that he's a good pitcher. Even though we don't see the same splits on the road, we're going to start to see that translate as well.
Here comes Corey Seager. Quantrill back to work. Ground ball left side. And it's just foul. That was close. Caught him looking for the K. Here's Josh Young. And that one fouled off.
The last thing he wants is to hit the ball on the ground, but I wouldn't expect many pitches.
Strike three, and that's 2 in a row.
Simply said, this guy's flailing at the plate right now. Just disconnected from head to toes in terms of the sink of his body. That's his 5th strikeout of the series, and we're just 2 games in. So hoping to see some kind of adjustment out of it.
Throws across the diamond. That's the 3rd out. Back now in Toronto. Showing the slab in today's game, Michael Lorenzen. What do you have on him, Siggy?
He's had his ups and downs in his career as his ERA is just over 4. But this is a guy that's not afraid. He's going to take the ball. He's going to go out there and give it his best.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Blew the express right by his bat for strike 3. Willie Adames stands in. Ball to strike. The pitch. Sliced hard but foul. One down, base is empty. Fights that one away, still 1-2. Goes down swinging for the strikeout. Some high cheese for strike 3. 2 outs, base is empty. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. next up for the Blue Jays. Oh, now this is blasted. Way back there. On its way. Gone. He jacks that one out to left. Home run number 20 on the year, and the Blue Jays have the lead now. It's 1-0.
He hasn't been at his best at the plate these last few games, so this could end up being an important home run. For him. Maybe it's a sign of more to come.
Base is empty with 2 away. Anthony Santander at the plate. Santander working on a massive campaign right now, putting up some big home run numbers.
Well, we've seen him flex some impressive power this season, and there's still a lot of time to go. If he can keep up this pace he's on, we could be in for something really special.
2 down, base is empty, but 1 run across here in the 2nd game of the series. Cut on and missed, and it's a strikeout, and that is the inning. Jays open it up with a solo homer. It's now a 1-0 ball game. 2nd inning set to go, and now the right fielder, Adolis Garcia. The 1-1 is fouled off. And out number 1 on the grab. And now the DH, Ezekiel Duran. Swings through that one out in front that time.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. That one the other way, and a base hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
Good 2-strike hitting right there, Boog. A bit of a lost start for some, so that was nicely done to beat the odds. He really shot that one down the right field line and somehow found a way to keep it from slicing foul. One thing that was great about the approach, his head was down all the way through the pitch, and that's how you do it. Well, those can be pretty fun as an outfielder. Got to put it into his highest gear and go a long way to track that one down. Nothing better than that. You feel like a wide receiver playing football.
Chopper right side. Jimenez slings to first. Out number 3. 1 hit. And welcome back to the ballpark. We head to the bottom of the second, and now for the Jays, Brent Rooker. The pitch. Got him to chase one above the zone there.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's got good numbers swinging at pitches in that location.
And he chases that one. He's notched 4 strikeouts now. Now at the plate, Dalton Varsho. Chop back up the middle. To first. Already 2 out here in the home half of inning number 2. And next for Toronto, Spencer Steer. 2 down, nobody on. Swing and a miss. Now he's in a 1-2 hole.
Spin rate's outstanding on that high fastball. Really tough to hit.
High in the air, out to right. Garcia heads after it. And that's the inning. Ripped to short. Tosses to first. And one away in the top of the third. Wyatt Langford stepping in for the Rangers. And a pop-up right side, foul territory. Guerrero hauls it in, and there's 2 away. Now it's Corey Seager. 2 out, space is empty. And that one is downstairs. And that's ball 2. Up the middle. Tosses to first. Out. Rangers go down in order. Set for the bottom of the third. DJ LeMahieu to start it off. Ground ball up the middle. Oh, great grab on the dive. Throws from his knees. Out. And very nicely done for the out. Here's the Toronto catcher, Dalton rushing. 1 down, base is empty. On the ground to third. Slings it across. Out. And a couple of quick outs. Here's Andres Jimenez. Swings and chases a low one there.
1-2.
Line drive. Seager. Now the throw to first on the run. Out. What a play. Inning over. Quantrill back to work. Swings and misses. And the count 1-2. That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. Oh, great stop. To his knee, the throw, and they get the out.
Look at how he dives right there. He's able to pop up to both knees. Not enough time to get to his feet, but he threw a cannon across the diamond to get the runner.
It's through for a hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single. So up next, Adolis Garcia. The 1-1 is fouled off. This one high in the air to left center. Varsho sizing this one up. And there's 2 down. Stepping in, Ezekiel Duran. Swing and a miss. And the count 1-2. Out to center, Varsho. And that is that. The runs, 1 hit. Back here at Rogers Center, John Sciambi and Chris Singleton with you. And leading off the bottom of the 4th, Willie Adames. Here's the pitch to Adames. Rolled softly, but that goes foul. Here's a 1-2. And that one hammered. That's back there. Hits the fence. Takes the turn. He's digging for second. And he's there with a leadoff double.
Well, that certainly feels good when you can win the at-bat after being down in the count, up against it with 2 strikes right there. He hit that ball really well to deep right field right there. Got a pitch to drive and just stayed through it nicely. Didn't quite have the trajectory to clear the fence, but you're always happy with an extra base hit.
Outside low, and it's 2-2. Adames at second with nobody out. This one popped up. Foul ground, first base side. Hauls it in for the out. And there's one down.
Well, that's what he's looking for with the fastball above the zone. A swing and miss or weak contact.
Anthony Santander getting ready to hit. Swing, a high fly ball, right field. That one back, that one on its way, and it's gone. He circles the bases. His 47th home run of the season. It's 3-0. He absolutely feasts on right-handed pitching and devours that one for a homer.
And you can see that's what he expects of himself at bat after at bat. He's that confident.
Swing and a miss. Still only one out here in the inning. To the right side, Garcia. Got him.
It's a good recovery, though, after giving up the home run. Not allowing it to stay in the head, but going to work at the next hitter, and a tough one at that.
So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Ripped on the ground to second. Fires over to first. Inning over. Ripped right field. That's back there. That one way back, and it's gone. He'll circle the bases, and they cut into the deficit. It's 3-1. That one just sounded different.
And might have been the loudest moment yet. Man, my ears are ringing. I could feel that swing from the booth. Oh, that one got in the jet stream on a line drive. We saw the numbers on the backs of the jerseys of the outfielders, which is usually bad news. And all of a sudden, they're back in this ball game.
Here's Leody Taveras. On the ground to third. Tosses across to first. One away. That ground ball may have him back on track after the homer. So the Rangers batting order turns over. Here's the second baseman, Luis Garcia. One out, base is empty, and a run in, and we're at the top of the fifth. Popped up. 2 down. And the batter now, Wyatt Langford. The 1-1 is fouled off. 2 outs. Swing and a miss. Struck him out on a splitter. And we're back, ready to go for the last half of the inning. And now for the Jays, Spencer Steer. Out towards right center field, and it drops in. And a good start to the inning. And now it's DJ LeMahieu digging in. The pitch to LeMahieu. This ball's chopped on the ground. Young sends it across the first, and that's the first out in the bottom of the fifth. And now the catcher comes up to him. Dalton Rushing. The 1-1 is fouled off. Man at second. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. So 2 down now, and here is Andres Jimenez. Big stock center field. Steer around third. He'll score easily. It's an RBI single. It's 4-1.
Well, here we are, third time through the order. And this is
pitching change here. Jacob Junis.
This guy's a strike thrower. He's done an excellent job of avoiding walks so far this season.
Now here is Willy Adames. And he dodges that fastball.
strike.
Jimenez leads off first with 2 down to the inning.
This guy's got such a good sinker. As a hitter, you've got to look up in the zone. If you look down, you're going to be chasing stuff in the dirt.
Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. That's the 3rd out, inning over. But they pick up 1 run on the RBI single. It's now back now in Toronto. And here's Corey Seager to hit. The 3-1. That one misses, so a leadoff walk.
I don't think he really wanted to pitch to him right there anyhow.
Josh Young will hit next. The 1-1 is fouled off. Runner at first with no outs here. Hammered, base hit. And they hold him at second. Maybe this is going to be the moment they start the comeback. And now it's Jake Berger to hit. Drilled out towards left center field. Varsho going back. Makes the catch on the edge of the track. Runner tags at second. He makes it to third. Good base running to move up with only 1 out. Adolis Garcia stepping in for the Rangers. Oh, that drilled him. The throw is still in time. And they do get the 2nd out of the inning. Ezekiel Duran stepping in for the Rangers. That one finds the zone. 2-2 now. Next offering misses down and away. Jonah Heim would be next if they can extend the inning.
And he's homered already, so I'm sure he'd love a chance to do some more damage here.
1st and 2nd, 2 outs. And now the switch hitting catcher, Jonah Heim. That ends the inning and stops things from getting out. And welcome back to the ballpark. And now the first baseman, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Up the middle, Seager on the run, throw to first, and he gets him. Nicely done.
That's what a good sinker's designed to do. Get a guy to roll over a little bit, hit the ball on the ground, kill some worms while you're at it.
And next will be the cleanup hitter, Anthony Santander. He had a big swing back in the 4th, a 2-run homer, and that helped them get the lead.
And what a swing it was, Boog. Poetry in motion. And those are the type that you hardly feel when you connect with the baseball. Just so smooth, a great feeling off the bat.
Bullpen action for the Rangers. Jacob Webb getting loose out there. Win, a hard-throwing right-hander up as well. And now it's going to be Brent Rooker. 2 down, nobody on. Late with the swing there.
He normally does damage on that pitch in that location. Just a swing and a miss there. I don't think you want to throw it again, though.
Got him. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. Nothing doing for the... Out of the bullpen for the Jays, Zach Jackson.
He's having a ton of success facing left-handed hitters this season, so this seems like a smart move to turn to him with a lefty at the plate.
LeMahieu gets it to first. That's the 1st out, the top of the 7th. At the plate, Luis Garcia. 2-1 now. Fastball, and he gets out of the way. Outside ball 4, and that'll bring the tying run to the plate. Wyatt Langford, the next to hit.
Pretty easy walk right there. Last pitch wasn't even much to think about.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Slider got him for strike 3. Here's Corey Seager. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. 1 left for Texas. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Jacob Webb.
And this could be a tough first test for him right here. His numbers against lefties aren't great this season.
Welcome back. Taking a look at our game summary. In the air, out towards left center. Makes the catch for the out. And now, Spencer Steer. And a pop-up, right side, foul territory. Berger makes the play, and there are 2 down. Up to the plate steps DJ LeMahieu. That one finds the zone. That is strike 2.
1-2.
Right through there, got him. And it's a 3-up, 3-down inning. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Ryan Burr.
And he's had a really hard time throwing strikes so far this season. His walk rate is up there among the worst in the league for relievers. I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with a fastball slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
And a 1-2. And a foul ball. He stays alive. He goes down looking.
Frustrating end to the at-bat for the hitter, and I'm sure that's going to sit on him for a little while. You want to be ready to hit the fastball. Sometimes you can overthink things, and I think that was the case right there.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Chance to strike out the side now. You talk about the benefits, the advantages of relievers who can come in and get the swing and miss, whether it's inherited runners or maybe a little jam that they get into themselves, knowing that they can miss the bat.
Throws to first, and Garcia is out. Welcome back as we take a check of the current standings. Out to short, Seager. Fires across the diamond. One gone to the bottom of the 8th. So digging in, Andres Jimenez. Hit on the ground to short. Seager. And he beats the throw. Shows off the wheels right there. An infield single. Willie Adames next up for the Blue Jays. Webb throws to first. Jimenez back in on a dive. Here comes the pitch. Runner breaks for second. Swing and a miss. Safe at second, and he easily steals the bag. And the league leader in stolen bases does it again. Swings and hits one in the air out towards right field. Brings it in. Runner tags at second. Actually, he'll stay put. And there are 2 outs. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. now. Runner at second, 2 down. That's towards center. And that will end the inning. We're back, and on the mound is the closer, Jeff Hoffman. He's pitching on 2 days rest. Now it's the DH, Ezekiel Duran.
Multi-hit game for him now, and with the lack of results he's been having lately, I'm sure he's feeling some relief. So much of good hitting is finding holes in the defense. That's why you're always thinking line drive.
He's in there. Tying run at the plate.
3 balls, 1 strike.
And ball 4, 2 aboard.
They're not ready to go home quite yet.
Digging in is the switch inning outfielder, Leody Taveras. LeMahieu to Adames, that's 1. And he'll eat it and be happy with the out.
Those plays can be tricky. They're routine, but that doesn't mean it's always going to be smooth. He delivered a good play right there.
He's 2 outs away. Now it's the second baseman, Luis Garcia. Oh, and that deflects off his glove. Still able to get it there in time. But a run does score on the play. So they're down to their final out. Here's the left fielder, Wyatt Langford. Swing and a miss. Now 1-2.
Well, comfortable or not, these are the situations closers they seem to live for. When you get into some hot water.
Hit to right, and that ought to do it. And he's got it. Ball game. And the Blue Jays even this series up at a game apiece.
That looked like the pitcher was getting into a little trouble there, but quickly brought out a pitch that isn't what most hitters are looking for with that great velocity. But it was really good movement on the changeup and a nice win today.
And the final score here, 4-3. They hang on to win it by a run. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi saying so long. Hello, baseball fans, and welcome. MLB The Show with a good one coming at you. It's the Texas Rangers and the Toronto Blue Jays. Well, Singy, today we get to see one of the game's best power hitters. He's tied for the league lead in home runs.
Yeah, he's not just hitting dingers. He's crushing them, Boog. No paint scrapers for him.
All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. So just about set now. And on the hill in this one, Matt Waldron. What should we keep an eye on here?
Well, this guy's just been filthy out there on the mound. Hitters batting under 200 against him, and they're just having a hard time squaring up anything, doing any type of damage. The only way he hurts himself is if he gives up the free passes and surrenders a rare home run. But outside of that, it's going to be a tough job for the opposing lineup today.
Fires over to Guerrero. Barely got him for the out. Close play. Seager stands in down. And a foul ball. 2 outs, base is empty. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. Back here at Rogers Center. And starting this one, Zebby Matthews. What do we need to know here?
Well, Boog, something of interest to me is that this guy's really struggled when working out of the stretch, pitching with runners in scoring position. So the key for him is to attack hitters, try to get ahead in the count, and limit allowing runners on base. And if he can do that, I think that will help him to avoid those situations. Now,
there's a swing and a drive. And that one hops the wall. Around first and hustling for second. And that's a double.
Love how he let that ball travel, trusted his hands. Nice job of going the other way.
1 out, runner at second. And now Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Here's a high fly ball out to center. Brings it in, and there's 2 away. So the go-ahead run in scoring position. Now here's the switch-hitting power threat, Anthony Santander. That smash towards center. Nabs it, and that is the 3rd out of the inning. And we're back. Here's Josh Young. Next offering in there for a strike. And the count 1-2. Gets a piece and stays alive. Here's a chopper to short. Adames, the throw to first. 1 out in the second. Jake Berger stepping in for the Rangers. There's a swing and a miss.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Ground ball to the right side. And that's just foul. And a swing and a miss. Down on strikes. Now 2 out. 2 down, base is empty. Now it's the right fielder, Adolis Garcia. The 1-1 is fouled off. And down on strikes. That K is his third of the game. Back now in Toronto. Bottom half of inning number 2. Here's a big power threat. Brent Rooker. On the ground to short. And quickly one away in the second.
Deceptive slider right there. Stayed in the tunnel a long time. Got that hitter out front. Rolled over it. Put it on the ground.
And now it's Dalton Varsho. Bouncer to Young. And he can't come up with it. Now the left fielder, Spencer Steer. Runner on the goal. Swing and a miss. Throw to second. Save.
You know what? I like the aggressiveness right there. It looks like it's going to be tough to score in this one. Really good pitching so far. So why not try to put some pressure on him and see if you can steal the bag, get in the scoring position.
Ripped on a line to center. It drops in, gets away a little bit. And they strike first as they take a 1-0 lead.
Does a great job of letting that runner steal second base, get in the scoring position, come through with the base knock. You add a run.
Now Dalton rushing. Comes up empty. That's strike 2. Cut on and miss. Struck him out. That's out number 2.
Not a great curveball there at all, but clearly he wasn't looking for it because it just dropped right into the happy zone, and it looked like, to me, the swing was a little bit late. Tells me he gave up on it early and then just tried to have that emergency hack at the last second to put it in play.
Now here is Addison Barger. Throw to second. Out at second. That ends the inning. But the RBI single pushes across a run. It's Waldron winds and deals. Swung on. Popped up on the infield. Guerrero puts it away for the out. And there's one down. Jonah Heim now at the plate. Swing and a miss. And that is strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Hit in the air out to center field. He's got it. Out number 2. Here's Leody Taveras.
That's just a really nice catch on the run right there. He saved extra bases for sure. If the pitcher's his friend, he'll give him a second to.
Well, we'll hold that thought as that's the third out. Hard hit left side. Safe at first as they can't make the play. Back to the leadoff spot in the Blue Jays lineup. Andres Jimenez next up for the Blue Jays. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Shallow left field. And it falls. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out. Willie Adames stands in. Here's the pitch to Adames. Swings through that one.
Hitter's got some good opposite field power. What I like about something being hit to the right side into the outfield is that the base runner at second has a very good read and can determine whether or not he can score on that base hit. He should get a pretty good pitch to hit here with the 3-hole hitter coming up if he's walked.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out.
Toughest pitch to hit. Fastball on the outer black. Man, sometimes you just got to tip your cap.
Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Lifted in the air, right field. Garcia puts it away, and there are 2 outs.
Now batting, designated hitter,
Anthony Santander at the plate. Two on, 2 outs. Ripped towards third. Young tosses to first. That's the inning. 2 left on. And welcome back to the ballpark as we go to the top of the 4th. Here's the second baseman, Luis Garcia. Fouled off left side. And the right-hander deals. And the sweeper misses for a ball.
Expect for that guy to come right at you with a fastball, something in the zone, because he does not want to allow the leadoff walk.
3-2. The pitch is outside. And ball 4. And that's their first base runner of the game. The Rangers hitless so far in the game. Fouls that off to the left and will do it again. And a swing and a miss. Make it 4 strikeouts for him on the bump today. So now it's Corey Seager. Next offering is fouled back. And he couldn't hold back. He's rung up on strikes.
Well, big power guy right there and generating so much bat speed. It's hard to bring that to a halt once you've committed. They tried to check the swing, just couldn't do it.
And that one is lifted in the air. And that will drop foul. Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on. To the bottom of inning number 4 now. It's the Blue Jays 1 and the Rangers nothing. Bottom 4, stepping in the long ball threat, Brent Rooker. Swing and a ball lifted in the air right field. He just missed it. Makes the grab, 1 down. Dalton Varsho next up for the Blue Jays. That one hammered center field. That ball's carrying. Pulls it in on the warning track. 2 outs, base is empty. Spencer Steer getting ready to hit. Swing and a miss. And the count is 2-2. 2 down, nobody on. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Got him swinging. He chased the changeup. And good work there as he gets a 1-2-3. Nothing doing for the Blue Jays, but they're on top 1-0. Back here at Rogers Center, all set for the start of the inning. And here's the first baseman, Jake Berger. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
And there's 1 down. And now the right fielder, Adolis Garcia. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. 1 out, base is empty. Got him. Picks up strikeout number 7.
Now this pitching staff has been merciless against him in this one. I mean, he struck out 6 times in this series, and we've seen no adjustment out of him so far.
In plenty of time to first, 3rd out. 1-2-3 go the Rangers. They trail here 1-0. And we're back. Here's the catcher, Dalton Rushing. Right back to him on the mound. Over to first. And the leadoff man set down in their half of the 5th. Here's the third baseman, Addison Barger. This one smoked, could be trouble. Makes the turn and heads for second. And he'll pull in there with a stand-up double.
He needed that one. It's been a tough stretch at the plate lately. Great hands on that swing. Took the barrel right to the baseball, caught it out front, and ripped it into the gap. At that point, there's probably no question in his mind that he was going for 2. That's just a great feeling.
Langford under it. He makes the grab. 2 away now. So up next, Willie Adames. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. Headed for the plate. He'll score, and it's an RBI single, and they lead by 2. 2 outs, runner at first. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. will hit next. Swing and a miss. And a count now even up.
2-2 is the count.
Spoils a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another.
Well, he missed a hittable off-speed pitch right there. Not sure exactly with the timing. Sometimes you get a backup break.
Now that's strike 3 and the third out. So we take a break. So 1 run in the inning on this base hit. And that is out of play. And a swing and a miss. And he's up to 8 strikeouts in this one.
Had him way out in front of the knuckleball there. That thing just floats and dances to the plate. And as a hitter, kind of feels like he'll never get there. You've got to try to find a way to stay on that back leg and just let it travel as deep as possible. Tough to do, though.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Shallow right field. And he makes the catch. 2 away. And now it's Luis Garcia. And that's a base hit. And that keeps the inning alive. Wyatt Langford digs in now. And a swing and a miss there.
2-2.
Oh, right to the backstop. And now a man into scoring position.
Gonna have to buckle down and make a pitch or two to get out of this little jam he's worked himself into after the 2-out hit, then that wild pitch. Good time to step off, take a deep breath. Getting the out was never going to be easy. The wild pitch outside made things very difficult behind.
That one is absolutely belted. And it one-hops the wall. Headed for the plate. He'll score, and they've tied it.
Well, there you go. The RBI machine. Another clutch run scoring at bat.
Yeah, he's been so good in these situations. Call it clutch if you want, but his resume speaks for itself. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Varsho makes the grab on the run. But they'll pick up a couple runs here, both coming on this 2-run double. Taking over on the mound for the Rangers, Cole Winn.
He doesn't get a lot of strikeouts compared to other relievers, so he relies on getting that soft contact and the defense doing work behind him. They'll have to be on their toes with him on the bump.
Action in the pen down there. Robert Garcia getting ready to go. Spores also getting ready. In there, got him looking, and that one split the plate.
Well, just couldn't pull the trigger on the fastball right there, and I don't think he was taking it, thinking it might be a called ball or anything. I just think he was flat out frozen. Did not expect that location, in my opinion.
Gathered in by Seager. Throw to first. And that quickly 2 away. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. 2 down, nobody on. Here in the bottom of the 6th. Foul ball still a 1-2 count. And that one upstairs.
Well, no base hits in the series for him so far, and it's clearly been a rough one. You just hope he's not pressing too hard, because that just compounds things. It makes the slump even longer. Never seen.
And he got him. Strike 3, and that'll retire the side. Welcome back as we take a look at how today's starting pitchers have fared so far. To the right side, Guerrero steps on the bag, and a quick out, number 1. Adolis Garcia now at the plate. Swinging a foul back. That's out of play.
99 pitches, about to throw his 100th here in the 7th inning. This is where you really start looking for any signs of fatigue.
He's got it, and there's 2 away. Ezekiel Duran stepping in for the Rangers. And a big swing and a miss. All tied up here in the top half of inning number 7. Fouls it off, still 1-2. In the air, right field. That's a hit.
Well, he found himself behind in the count right there, but he didn't give in. I don't know how he's able to shoot that pitch the other way and still put something on it. That pitch was inside, and he let it.
And there's the 3rd out. That'll do it for the inning. And welcome back to the ballpark. Here's the left fielder, Spencer Steer. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. Diving, but it gets down for a hit. Dalton Rushing next up for the Blue Jays. Moved to first, and he dives back in safely. Runner on the move. Swing and a miss. Throw to second, and he's out.
Not a fast runner on the base path, so this kind of looks like it was a hit and run call from the dugout. Got to make contact some way or somehow, because that
runs it up to 96 to record the punch out. Now the third baseman, Addison Barger. Swing and a miss as he was late that time.
1-2.
Got him swinging. Down in order. Back now in Toronto. Now it's going to be Leody Taveras.
Well, they kept him pretty quiet in this series. Still doesn't have a knock. I know you want to get that first knock out of the way. Maybe more will come, but you got to give some credit to the pitching staff. They've had a great plan against him.
Hauls it in for the out. Now it's the second baseman, Luis Garcia. That one ripped. He hauls it in, 2 away.
Nothing you can do about those as a hitter. Even though you know that, they still drive you absolutely crazy.
Hot shot to first base, and he snags it to end the inning. So out of the bullpen for the Rangers, Josh Sborz.
And as relievers go, he's not a big strikeout guy. He tries to force weak contact, so command and execution are huge for him.
And time called at the plate. Maybe trying to slow things down here at a crucial spot. Welcome back as we have a pinch hitter to lead it off. Luis Arias.
Looking for a spark to untie this game.
Now here's a flare off the bat. Base hit. And a go-ahead run is on base.
One of the hardest things to do in the game, to stay mentally and physically ready for the big opportunity, and he came through for his club right there.
And now here is Willie Adames. Swings through that.
2-2.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Couldn't hit the fastball at the knees. And now the first baseman, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. And that's ball 4. And with 2 outs, the go-ahead run is at second base. And here is Anthony Santander. Swing and a miss. And the count is even, 2-2.
Well, a come and get me fastball right there. He didn't look ready for the velocity. I think it'd be a mistake to throw him anything off speed right here.
Back foot slider ties him up, struck him out.
Big strikeout there as he works to strand that go-ahead run at second base. But job's not done yet. Got to get that last out before you can exhale and get back into the dugout. It's kind of tough to do with this home crowd applying so much pressure.
2-2.
Blows the high heat past him. That's a strikeout. We're back. It's the top of the ninth. And there's a new pitcher on the mound. Taylor Rogers.
Bringing in the lefty with the left-handed hitter coming up to hit. Classic bullpen move right here. So we'll see how it works out.
Splits the plate. It's 2-2.
Well, I think that pitch surprised all of us. Right down the middle.
We got him. And a strikeout for the first out here in the ninth. And next will be the cleanup hitter, Josh Young. And delivers outside.
I almost feel like he's frustrated a little bit. He wants to be challenged.
Ball 4, he walked in. And that'll keep the line moving. Go ahead run on base. Jake Berger getting ready to hit. One away. Tie game. Go-ahead run stands at first.
That one called just inside, I think, and on the mound.
Swings and misses, struck him out. Now it's the right fielder, Adolis Garcia. This to third, over to Sosa, and that is that. So it's no run. Back now as they hand the ball to a fresh arm to start the bottom of the ninth, Robert Garcia.
And he's been hit pretty hard at times this year, so he's looking for better. Right now, giving up more than a hit per inning. Well, the last 10 games or so have been anything but fun at the plate for him, so that one has to feel good. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
Next to hit, Spencer Steer. Winning run on base at first, no outs. And a swing and a miss. Beat him with a fastball. Dalton Rushing next up for the Blue Jays. Strike three, and that's 2 in a row.
And there's another strikeout, and those are just continuing to pile up. His confidence level has got to be dropping. He's got to find a way to make an adjustment, Booth, get back on track. His team needs him.
So they're making a move for a bat off the bench. DJ LeMahieu. Big spot for him here. Throw to second. Ow! And that'll end the inning. We're back and a new arm on the mound as we start extras. Paul Sewald. Late swing, foul to the left. Good job to fight that one off. This one lifted in the air, left field. And there's one away. Jonah Heim stepping in for the Rangers. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Battling here as he fouls it away. 1 out. The go-ahead run is at second. In the air, left field, and it falls. Here comes the throw. It's offline, and he scores. 3-2, they take the lead. So next to hit for Texas, Leody Taveras.
1-2.
Swing and a high fly ball left field. Steer. And there's 2 down. And now it's the Rangers leadoff hitter, Luis Garcia. The other way, LeMahieu. 3rd out, and that ends the frame. But they pick up 1 run on the RBI single. It's now a 3. Back now, and on the mound, now it's LeMahieu up to hit.
Ryan Helsley.
So the tying run at second.
Now, Boog, this is a real tough place for visiting teams to come in and close out ball games for a win.
Right through there for a strike.
Goodness, I think he just took the best pitch he's going to see in this at bat. You don't get many like that in that location. I don't know if you take that pitch against any pitcher out there on the mound.
Ball 4, he walked in, and that keeps things going. 1st and 2nd, no outs. Here's the second baseman, Edmundo Sosa. Swing and a miss, and 1-0-2 on the radar gun. Just misses the mark outside the zone. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Well, we see it a lot more these days than we ever did when I played, but a slider in the 90s still catches your attention. Even if you're sitting on the pitch, good luck recognizing that tight spin and adjusting to the late break.
2 on, 1 out. Swings and misses. And it's 1-2.
Boom, that's cheddar, baby.
In there. Got him looking for the K. Blue Jays have just 1 out left here.
Well, he's going to have some thinking to do when he leaves the ballpark after this one. That was his 3rd strikeout, and this one looking, obviously, so he's been a little overmatched. He's got to find a way just to be more competitive up there at the plate.
1 out left for the Blue Jays. And here's the first baseman, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Strike 2, and there's a real chance they get out of this without allowing a run. Helsley is just 1 strike away. That missed by a lot. It's 2-2. Just misses there.
That was pretty close on the inside, and obviously he's not too happy with the call out there on the mound as he lets the umpire hear it a little bit. This is where you can't let that frustration compound itself, though. You got to let it out and move on.
Sets him down looking. The tying and go-ahead runs are left aboard as this one is over.
Well, this is a big win on the road and going extras into 10. So hard to pull those out, but I think this team did a great job of keeping the crowd.
And welcome in, everybody. Glad you're with us. It's time for MLB The Show's Game of the Week. It's the Texas Rangers and the Toronto Blue Jays. Biggest story in this one is just how dominant his pitching has been, Singy. He's been in complete control in recent starts.
So much confidence on the bump, Boog. Painting.
First pitch coming at you right after the break. So just about set, and towing the slab in this one, Trey Savage. Chris, it's a little more common these days, but still, he's a strikeout per inning type of guy.
Inside, ball 2.
Well, I hear you about the strikeouts. A lot more guys striking out today, but when you consider having the ability to get that strikeout, particularly when you need it, a man on third, less than 2 outs, situations where, yeah, maybe you're not a real high strikeout guy, but just knowing you have the swing and miss stuff in a big spot, I think it's real critical, and he's got it. Now, this was a story we were paying attention to before the game. We've seen him give up walks in the past, and it's an issue once again early on.
Fights that one away, still 1-2. Stays alive. Edman aboard here at first with nobody out. Not close with that one. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner on the go. Got him swinging. Throw to second. Tag. And they got him.
Right there trying to avoid that ground ball double play. Send the runner in that situation. Hope that maybe somebody moves out of position.
Oh, now this one's high and deep. Way back there. On its way. Gone. And it gives them the lead in the first. It's 1-0. He absolutely crushed that one.
No doubt about that one, Boog. We knew it wasn't coming back. A breaking ball on the inside part of the plate requires a hitter to stay really square with his mechanics. If you fly open with the front shoulder, there's no way you keep that ball fair. An outstanding job mechanically. He deserves that home run.
That one the other way, and that's a fair ball.
Batting fifth, right fielder, Adolis Garcia.
So 2 down. Adolis Garcia stepping in for the Rangers. Outside low, 3-1.
Well, with this many pitches thrown here in this first inning, I mean, you're giving the other team a really good look. He's going to have to find a way to get some weak contact, maybe a swing and miss, get into that dugout and hit the reset button.
Here's the third base. Now this one gets through. Berger around third. He'll score easily. It's an RBI single, and they take a 2-run lead. Ezekiel Duran stepping in for the Rangers. The 1-1 is fouled off. Traffic on the bases with 2 already in to score here in the finale of this 4-game set. Steer makes the catch, and that is that. But 2 runs for him, and they jump ahead. Bottom half of inning number 1 coming up. It's the Rangers 2. Back here with my pal Singy, and on the mound for Texas in this one, Nathan Eovaldi. And Singy, it's unique these days, but he's more of a pitch to contact type of guy.
Yeah, Boogie, he doesn't rely too heavily on the strikeout. He knows he needs to miss barrels, get some soft contact, let the defense do work behind him. And I think a guy like that can keep a good tempo, don't give hitters time to adjust or think. They could move through a ball game, and you look up, they're in line for a quality start. We'll see what he's got in this one.
1 out, bases empty. Outside, and that is ball 4.
Man, that's a tough one to take on the full count, but I guess he saw it really well. It's a really nice plate appearance.
So a man at first. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. next up for the Blue Jays. Swing and a ball driven out to center. That's back. Say goodbye to that one. His second home run of the series, and we're all square. It's 2-2.
He just sent a jolt of electricity into this stadium with that swing. There was a cutter away. Kind of works like a slider. You've got to stay on it, let it travel a little bit, and then get your arms extended. Really good piece of hitting right there.
Anthony Santander at the plate. The 1-1 is fouled off. The wind and the pitch. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. 2 down, bases empty. Stepping in, the long ball threat, Brent Rooker. Late that time, and it's strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Now a screamer into the outfield. Hauls it in to end the inning. The Jays get a pair on this homer. And we're dead. And we're back. Top of the second. Here's Leody Taveras. Right side. Jimenez throw to first. Leadoff man retired here in the second. And now Luis Torrens. And that's down and away.
He gave up a couple of runs in the first. His offense picked him up. It's time for him to settle in now and throw up some zeros on that scoreboard.
In there at the knees for a strike. Eric Summersgill, our plate umpire.
One thing to watch out for, Boog, is what side of the plate Summerskill might be favoring. He usually sets up at an angle. Pitchers sometimes will try to figure that out early so they can attack that spot and get as many strike calls as possible.
Ball 2.
Check swing, and that's a ball. Fans don't really understand the familiarity and relationship players and coaches have with umpires. I mean, you see them a lot.
Yeah, but they're all out there trying to do their best and perform at a high level.
Oh, that's a strikeout, and that'll do it for the inning. Nothing doing for the offense that time. We go to the bottom of inning number 2. We are tied 2-2. Back here at Rogers Center, bottom of the second. And here is Dalton Varsho. Swing and a miss as he was out front.
That split is a pretty nasty pitch. Explodes out of the hand. Looks like a fastball, and the bottom just falls out of it.
That one missed.
Looks like he thinks that should have been a strike at the top of the zone, but doesn't seem to be too upset. That's just a case where I think he's trying to get a better feel for the umpire's strike zone and what he's going to be calling. That's just a part of pitching.
One up, one down. So digging in, Spencer Steer. Swings and misses. That's the first slider we've seen today, and it was almost unfair.
Well, that's the money maker right there. 2 strikes, slider down and away from a same side thrower as the hitter. I mean, that's just tough. You're looking to protect with 2 strikes, and very difficult to lay off.
He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Blue Jays go down in order. Score remains. Top half of the 3rd inning, digging in, Wyatt Langford. In there. And so now 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Fouled off, and they'll do it again. That one off the bad part of the bat, just a lazy fly ball. Dunks one into left. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Anything but pretty right there, but he'll take it every time.
Luis Garcia stepping in for the Rangers.
All sliders so far in this at-bat to get ahead in the count, and clearly shows there was a game plan in mind for how to attack him in the box. Oh, you know that's got to be very frustrating for this guy. He knows the strike zone extremely well, and you know what? Good hitters are not going to compromise. He'll take that punch out, but ultimately stick with his plan and have more success than anything else.
And now the right fielder, Adolis. Runner takes off, knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Tied up here in the early going. This one popped up, middle of the infield. Adames. And that's the 3rd out. Rangers leave 1, and this game is still tied at 2-2. Welcome back. Let's take a look at how the series has played out so far. Here's a 1-1. Ground ball right side. Garcia whips it to first. 1 gone, bottom of the 3rd inning. Here's Andres Jimenez. Lifted in the air down the left side. That one gets down for a hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
That's a ball that a lot of times you'll see the shortstop or left fielder be able to get to if it hangs up in the air long enough. But right there, it just died and found a way to drop in on the green stuff for base hit. And now a chance to maybe get creative on offense with good speed on first.
The 1-1. Squirts away a little bit. Man at first, 1 away. Line drive and a base hit. Quick throw back in. Lead runner holds at second with 1 gone. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. now. Line drive caught.
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting a line drive that finds a glove, but you will get some high fives. You know, when you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
This one drilled right center field. That one heading for the fence and gone. His second homer this series. It's 5-2. Listen to these fans.
This place is absolutely buzzing right now. You can feel the energy all the way up here in our broadcast booth. That's as big as it gets right there. You take advantage of a mistake. That is an ultimate. Here it is. Watch it. I'm going to jog around the bases.
So up next, Brent Rooker comes up empty. That's strike two. Well, Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game. Swing and a ground ball, and that one gets through into center field. So he gets on base and keeps it going. It is interesting, though, when you consider the way the game is run now. Doesn't even matter that much if your starter doesn't go that deep because teams are really aggressively building their bullpens. Next to hit, Dalton Varsho. On to first. That's out number 3. Back now in Toronto. On to the fourth. Now the third baseman, Josh Smith. In the air, center field. Varsho after it. Makes the catch, and there's one gone.
Well, those can be pretty fun as an outfielder. Got to put it into his highest gear and go a long way to track that one down. Nothing better than that. You feel like a wide receiver playing football.
The 1-2. On the ground, right side. Steps on first for the out. And now the center fielder, Leody Taveras. Breaks his bat and pops it up. Fires over to Guerrero. And that is the end. And welcome back to the ballpark. Now the left fielder, Spencer Steer. Swing and a high fly ball right field. Garcia pulls it down. One away.
Yeah, that's a tough play for the infielder ranging back into the outfield. There's part of him that's saying, hey, where are you at, outfielder? Call me off. But he stayed focused and made a nice catch right there.
Swing and a miss, and he was fooled.
2 strikes.
Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
It's almost like he's telling the guys in the bullpen, stand down. I got this.
So up next for Toronto, Dalton Rushing. Out to short, Edman. Fires to first on the run, and that's a nice play to end the inning. We go to the top of the 5th. Now the catcher for the Rangers, Luis Torrens. Ground ball, Vlad Jr. He steps on the bag, and the leadoff hitter retired in the 5th. So the batting order turns over. Up next for the Rangers, Tommy Edman. Center field, Varsho. And there's 2 down.
On the mound, he had a little trouble back in the first, but it's been a different story the rest of the way. Really settled into this outing nicely.
Just missed. 2 outs, base is empty. That one not close. And that's ball 3. Draws the walk there.
One of the things about that 2-out walk, the base runner over at first base is going to have a very aggressive secondary lead. So a ball down the line or into the gap will produce a 2-out RBI, and those are the best. That is, if you are the offensive side of it.
The kick and the pitch. Runner goes. There's a ball, and that's a stolen base. Not even close. And it's fouled away. Line drive, and that's a base hit out into center field. Coming home. He'll score, and it's an RBI single, and now just a 2-run deficit. And now it's Jake Berger to hit. And that's outside. And a count 2-1. Gets the slider in there for a strike. Garcia off of first with 2 away. On the ground to the left. And foul ball. cut on and missed, and it's a strikeout, and that is the inning. Back now to start the bottom of the fifth, and taking over on the mound, Jacob Junis.
Still pretty early in the ball game, so this bullpen has some work ahead of them. Best case scenario might be if he can come in here and get several quick outs, kind of bridge the gap that starter left for him. Couple of hits in a row for him here. Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So a nice job to use that big hole and get himself a hit.
Move over to first, trying to keep him close.
He might want to steal second in this spot, but he's dealing with a catcher that has one of the best pop times in the game. He needs to pick his spot very wisely.
That one to first. Wide throw, and it gets away. Jimenez around second, on his way to third. And they won't get him, and he goes first to third on the error. Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Swing and a miss, struck him out, and that is a big first out. Now the Toronto four-hole hitter, Anthony Santander, calling for the intentional walk, and that loads up the bases. And the force play is now in order. Brent Rooker next up for the Blue Jays. Swing and a miss. He was late. Strike two.
Instead of letting the hitter get his arms extended, tied him up a little bit, slightly up, slightly in.
All loaded up, dangerous hitter at the plate. Base hit, one run in already. Fires to the plate. Safe at home, and the runner scores from second. And they lead by 4. Here's the center fielder, Dalton Varsho. Next offering is in for a strike. Got him looking. And 2 away now.
No, you got to be ready to swing the bat with a runner in scoring position and 2 strikes. Just put the ball in play somewhere and you got a chance. Very frustrating for him, I'm sure. See if the next guy can pick him up.
Base hit, center field. Rounds third, headed for the plate. The throw is offline and he's in to score. And it's 8-3.
Comes through with the RBI.
Dane Dunning comes on now.
And with the big deficit on the scoreboard, he almost has to just put that out of his mind. Every outing matters for relievers and their numbers, but I think it's tough to get up for this type of appearance the same way you would for one in a close game.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
2 aboard, 2 outs. And they'll do it again. Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. Gets to it on to first. Got him. Getting over on the strikeout. So they get. Welcome back as we take a check of the current standings. Popped in the air. Left field. 1 down. Josh Smith will hit next. Ripped to right, base hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
He was all over that one. Nice line drive to the pull side, met it out front, but just stayed through it nice enough and ripped it into the outfield.
Next up for Texas, Ezekiel Duran. Savage ready to fire now.
Yeah.
Swing and a miss
as
he was out front that time. In the air, left field, down the line, and that is a foul ball. That's to third. 1 at second. Relay to Guerrero in time, inning-ending double play. Welcome back as we take a look at how today's starting pitchers have fared so far. Swing and a line drive, base hit out of the center field. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
right there. Does a great job of staying in the big part of the field. Man, there are a lot of hits there.
Andres Jimenez next up for the Blue Jays. This one in the air. Smith puts it away for the out. Willie Adames stands in. Headed towards the corner, and that is a foul ball. Rushing the runner at first with one gone in the inning. Swing and a miss. Struck him out on a slider, and there's two gone. And next for Toronto, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. So now 1-2.
A lot of times you'll see a pitcher maybe double up on a pitch. This guy will throw it 3 times, 4 times in a row because hitters just can't lay off of it.
Hit hard, base hit. And now first and second with 2 outs. Anthony Santander next up for the Blue Jays. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. First and second, 2 down here in the bottom of the 6th. And a foul ball, he stays alive. Two outs. That one the other way. Edman. The throw to first. That ends the inning. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound. Sean Armstrong.
Well, walks have been a big issue for him this year, so I expect these hitters to be patient up there.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And one away. And here's the catcher, Luis Torrens. Late with the swing there.
I think he was sitting off speed there.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Very strong coming out of the pen so far as he punches out the first 2 batters he's faced in this one, getting straight to work. Man, it's talked about a lot, but relievers are just so electric these days. These aren't fun at bats if you're a hitter, and I'm so glad I'm retired.
The other way. Brings it in with a nice running grab. Set for the last half of the 7th. Now it's the right fielder, Brent Rooker. Hit hard on the ground is short. Edman slings to first. And they get the leadoff hitter in the 7th.
Now batting.
Dalton Varsho next up for the Blue Jays. One down, base is empty. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. And a seed into center. That's a base hit.
Well, that'll make you feel good as a hitter right there. That's about as textbook as it gets. Got his stride and load out of the way early. He stayed inside that ball and squared it up out front. Man, that was like he was in the cage hitting off a tee.
Now at the plate, Spencer Steer. Lifted in the air out to left. They got it for out number 2.
Good pitch. He just kind of had him out in front on that pitch away and wasn't able to stay closed.
Here's the third baseman, Addison Barger. Dunning checks the runner.
No, he's safe.
Here's a 1-1. Foul ball there. Varsho, the runner at first with 2 gone. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Line drive, that's a base hit into right field. Throw in holds the lead runner at second. 2 on now with 2 away. And now the catcher comes up to hit. Dalton rushing. Here's a 1-1. In the air to left down the line. Makes the grab, and the inning is over. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Angel Bastardo.
And you know, bullpen guys can struggle sometimes when they're called upon with big leads because it just doesn't have the same intensity as a tight game. So we'll see how sharp he is. Your mental toughness matters in situations like this as well.
Line drive. He takes it on his own. First out in the top of the 8th. Now it's the second baseman, Luis Garcia. Shoots a line drive single into right center.
Now batting, the first baseman, Jake
One
Berger.
down. Jake Berger stepping in for the Rangers. Swing and a ball drilled in the air towards right center field. Rooker makes the grab, and there's 2 away. Adolis Garcia digs in now. And a swing and a miss. There's that slider.
Wow, no fair right there. I mean, that slider didn't move.
A swing and a miss. That retires the side, and that'll do it. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th, Jacob Webb. He last pitched 2 days ago.
Jacob Webb.
Swings and blasts one deep to left center. Going back. Onto the track, and he makes the catch. And now Willie Adames.
Shortstop, Willie Adames.
So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Swing and a ball driven pretty well out towards left center. Taveras snags it for the second out. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. next up for the Blue Jays. This one in the air right field. Garcia pulls that one down, and that ends the inning. We're back. It's the top of the 9th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Eric Swanson.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
You know, the danger with the slider is leaving it out over the heart of the plate and getting contact on it. If you're going to miss, you want to miss towards the corners, not in the middle. Right there, he does a great job with hard break at the end. He ran it inside. Very difficult to do anything when you're tied up like that as a hitter.
2 up, 2 down.
Hey, man, 4 pitches, 2 outs. That is it.
Hit to right, and that should do it. And he's got it. Ball game. And the Blue Jays take the finale and earn a split of this 4-game series.
Whether you're a season ticket holder or you just come to a couple of games a year, to see your team win at home, there's just something special about that. Good job by this team to get it done for the hometown fans.